The origin of man. When God made earth and its many beauties, He made man. He put man to roam on the. He put man to roam over the earth, turned him loose to roam through the wilderness and to suffer hardships. One day, man came to a cave. Being very sleepy and tired, man lay down in this cave and went to sleep. After he'd slept for a while, there was a big ape. It was a she-ape, came along and passed by the entrance of the cave. Seeing that man was in there, she came in and lay down beside him. When man awoke, he found that the ape was beside him, and he was very afraid. The ape had brought a fresh killed deer in with her, and when she saw man, she ripped the deer open with her claws and handed the man the kidneys of the deer. Man, being very, very much afraid, he did not dare to not eat the kidneys of the deer. He ate them at once. The deer and man, the ape and man lived together for a long time. The ape would care for man by carrying him wild game and other big animals, small and large. One day, man fell asleep and was awakened by a noise right close to the cave, or rather in the cave. He looked about him, and he just on the inside of the entrance of the cave, there lay the ape, and she was making a noise, or something was making a noise around her. He got up and he went down and looked down where the ape was lying, and right there beside the ape were lying two babies. The man, being very curious about these little small things, he stretched out one of his hands to pick up one of the babies. The ape, now being a mother, arose at once and struck man blinder than a bat. When he fell, he laid on the ground until the ape picked him up. She lifted him up. They became friends again. And now man, he had to care for himself. He had to go kill game and bring in. For the ape, she had to take care of the family. And man, he would kill his game with stones. Man and ape, they lived together for many days. In all, they had 10 children. One day, ape went out. She decided that she would go out into the forest hunting, and left man with the smallest kid which they had. And man, he decided that he would leave the ape. He thought that he had stayed with her long enough, that he would roam over the earth. And he gathered his 10 children together, including the least one, which was very small. He went down to the river and had a hollow log in the shape of a boat. He put his children into the boat and started pushing off. He was going to sail away. The ape about this time arrived at the entrance of the cave and saw what was happening. She became very angry. She ran down to the river bank, and seeing that man was a smart piece off in the water, she gave a big leap and struck the edge of the boat and lost her balance. And losing her balance, she grabbed her half of the kid. As you know, all the children were half ape and half man. She took her half and fell into the water. The river being very deep, the ape soon drowned. And man, it is said, sailed on down the river and later landed. After much caring for his children, he raised them. His children married each other. In turn, their children married each other. And so from ape developed man.